What happens when the creative imagination of a collection of citizens intersects with the creative genius of a local architect? Welcome to Scottsdale Civic Center. The Scottsdale Civic Center comprises several public buildings. City Hall, with its unique Kiva-like amphitheater for city council meetings, the main branch of the Scottsdale Public Library system, the Center for the Performing Arts, the Justice Building, as well as ponds, gardens, and large-scale artworks. On any given day, at any season, the casual urban walker traversing this campus may encounter a concert on the green, library patrons reading a book in the shade, and city employees enjoying a lunch. This urban oasis wasn't always here. Its existence really is a testament to citizen involvement and architectural creativity. Here to tell us more about the origins of Scottsdale Civic Center is Mike Phillips.
The Civic Center Mall is really one of the great people places in Arizona, and it really is a place that's for, of, and by the people. Back in the 1950s, Scottsdale was a city or town of about 20,000 people, and it really was beginning to take a look at themselves as what they were going to be as a community. And they got together and they created a program called the Scottsdale Town Enrichment Program. And one of the things that came out of it was they wanted a great place for the community. They wanted a gathering place for the community. They wanted a place for their city hall, for their courts. They talked about a library. And most importantly, they talked about other uses. They realized that their community was going to grow in ways they couldn't anticipate. And they wanted to have a space and a focal point where those great buildings and those great services could grow and flourish with the town. And through that step process, they actually identified 3 different areas in the downtown where this civic center could occur. And we're sitting in the current Civic Center. What really evolved out of that process was kind of like in the middle of all 3 of the choices. True to their vision, the Scottsdale Civic Center Mall evolved into a place that is special, that has a lot of great uses. There's the seat of government through City Hall. There's the seat of learning and information through the Civic Center Library. But there's also a great arts center, and there's a great open space center. There's a great gathering place for people. And that was the vision of the Scottsdale founders. They wanted to find a place in their community that was special, that drew people to it, where they could have all these critical functions of a community, and the Civic Center Mall is true to that vision.
Based upon citizen input that came to it through the STEP committees, the Scottsdale City Council decided to let a contract for a design of the Civic Center campus and several of the buildings. 36 firms responded, and from them the Scottsdale City Council selected Benny Gonzales, a local architect, to do the feasibility study and the campus design. Here to tell us more about Benny Gonzales and his architectural style is David Ortega, himself an architect and a former city councilman.
Well, Benny Gonzales understood the harsh elements of the Sonoran Desert. He also had a very good grasp on the fragile ecology of the Sonoran Desert. But essentially, he understood how you have to control the sun. This is why he had the massive walls and deep-set windows. But also, you wanted to have an inviting oasis for the public to enjoy and really to be a signature for Scottsdale. He was the designer for the major buildings, including the City Hall, the library, the Center for the Arts, and actually the police station. Benny did not like using 90-degree angles, so he had open angles. And one of the interesting things about his work is that when they were built, they were actually built by chalking a grid. So they put a chalk grid on the site, but then the building was plotted as it appeared on the drawings on that grid because it was somewhat random with the angles and so forth. So that's how City Hall was laid out, really. It was somewhat artistic and you know, again, responsive to our desert. Benny is quite a character. He understood the value of our Southwest architecture. Benny is just really part of the integral success of Scottsdale and bringing Scottsdale really to the world.
Benny Gonzales, like the Scottsdale citizens who served on the STEP committees, had a sweeping vision for the city. His urban oasis-like campus design and his creative building designs, especially those without any right angles, fused to provide Scottsdale with a cultural and civic nexus that befits a world-class city. If you're a Scottsdale resident here for business, governmental, entertainment, or cultural purposes, or if you're simply a visitor from out of town, take a few minutes on this campus to appreciate the calm, relaxing urban ambiance.